Welcome back, Ilima-Lei Macfarlane here to the program. 3-0. Bellator 157 is her next fight. Rebecca Ruth is her opponent. 6-1. You've been getting some pretty good press pushed out by Bellator lately. They're really taking a liking to you. They're really taking a liking to your style and your attitude and kind of how you are outside the cage. It seems like a Bellator, especially like guys like Mike Chandler, former champ, but they love how he acts outside. You kind of seem to be that same kind of person. They're really putting a little bit of juice behind you, even though you're only 3-0, which in the MMA world is brand new. It's not that much that many fights. Has it been welcoming? Has it been a little bit more pressure than you wanted? Way too much media than you wanted? Like, what's it like?
Well, I love the Bellator staff. Everybody there, like from Coker to Rich Chu to like, all the PR guys that I work with and the media guys, social media guys, like everyone is super awesome there. So they've made me very comfortable with everything. I feel like I have personal relationships with a lot of them, so I can text them if I have a question. Like, for example, I was trying to decide on my walkout song, and it was between these two, and so I gave CJ a text, and he handles the PR for me and everything. And I was like, hey, what do you think? Should I do this one or this one? So they've made me feel very comfortable with everything. And even when I do get nervous, like, you guys, I don't think I'm ready for this interview or, this video, then they'll kind of ease my mind a little bit. If it weren't for them, I think I would probably be freaking out right now, but they've made it really easy to transition into everything.
And part of that then translates into your fights because you seem a lot more relaxed than you should be when you walk in there. You're a calming person anyway. You're not very agitated or high personality anyway, but still, even getting those jitters out and being in front of a big crowd, you still kind of seem very relaxed. A lot of that has to do with the way the Bellator treats you as well.
Yeah, part of it, but it's actually all a facade. Like, I'm freaking out on the inside. I like feel like I'm gonna throw up, so it's all fake. No, but yeah, I guess the minute that I do relax is when the door closes, and that's when I'm just like, all right, there's no backing out. I gotta do this. But yeah, they always make me feel comfortable. The week of when I get into wherever I'm fighting at, like everyone's so chill. They all have ties to Hawaii. A couple of them are from Hawaii. The atmosphere is always very chill and relaxed, and so that's nice.
So how do you see your opponent? I mean, it's cool being chill when you walk in, but you still got to practice and train and take punches to the head and kicks to the legs and try to figure out like how am I going to be able to beat Rebecca Ruth when it's time to come in. How do you think she's preparing for you?
To be honest, we really have no idea. I actually see her as just working on her own game because so far it's worked. Her stand up is really sick. She has heavy hands and she's pretty much beaten all of her opponents in the same fashion. So I actually pictured her camp just her doing her own thing, not really having a real game plan for me. And two, because I think that I've only had 3 fights, so there's not really that much footage on me, or people can't really get a good read on me as far as what kind of fighter I am, because one fight was all stand up, the next fight was on the ground, so it's like I don't know if she really knows how to prepare for me. So I think she's probably just focusing on her own game at this point.
And this is for everybody at home. In her 3 victories, her first one she wins by KO in the first round. Second one, she wins by split decision in the third round, and then she gets a submission in the first round in the third fight. So it is legitimately all over the map. It's very difficult to kind of train for somebody with only 3 fights that you can watch. You had a pretty extensive amateur career as well, though, but none of that was really taped. So it's not like you can go back and even look at your amateur stuff. It's just kind of like she's got this amateur record. She's undefeated. She's had 3 fights now. She's undefeated. She wins kind of all over the place. I can't really train for her. What am I going to do? So. Yeah. Is it easier for you then to prepare for her at this point, for your opponents? Because there's also obviously a lot of your opponents have a lot more fights than you. There's a lot more footage on them.
Yeah. Yeah, she has a lot of fights online. And so I guess as far as seeing what she likes to do, what combos she likes, stuff like that, like it has kind of made it easier to prepare, I suppose. Like we do have a game plan for her. And that is just based off of the footage that we saw on her. So yeah, I mean I do actually have all of my amateur fights recorded, and pretty much every single fight I do have footage on it. It's just like in my private computer
Right.
where no one can
Yeah,
see.
unless they break into the house.
Yeah.
So what's different about this training camp between your other training camps? Every training camp you got to tweak something just because the opponent has changed. It's a different kind of
hmm
matchup. So what's different for this one?
Well, actually, this one we've been focusing a lot more on my cardio and strength and conditioning. She's a really strong woman, and she has really good conditioning. You know, she's always coming forward. She can go all 3 rounds. You know, her fight against Lena in her Bellator debut went all 3 rounds, and it was a grind. So we know that her conditioning is really good. So we've just been focusing on that. Really, that's kind of like our main focus, just getting my conditioning up to that level. So that's what's been different about this camp as opposed to the camps before. We were really focusing on my stand up because they were boxers, they were strikers, they were southpaws. So yeah.
So what are you doing for cardio then? Because it sounds like you're doing a lot more cardio, but that could be, that could tear your body down. Doing a lot of road
hmm
work and doing a
hmm
lot of sprints and stairs and stuff will actually tear your body down, which is tough to recover from. So what are
hmm
you doing cardio wise?
Well, I actually started implementing swimming back
Okay.
into my camp. Liz, she's real big on swimming,
Mhm.
so we started doing that, and then stairs a lot, lots of circuit training, and yeah, just pushing the pace in practice, just pushing the tempo the whole time. So yeah, but definitely swimming. I started doing a lot more of that in this camp.
Open water, or are you doing it in a pool?
In a pool.
In a
I
pool.
don't like the beaches up here in California
Too
compared
cold,
to
right?
Hawaii. Oh yeah, I've
Yeah.
miserable. I'm a
Yeah.
beach snob.
Yeah, it's been difficult living over here for the last 11 months because then you go back and people are like, hey, let's go hang out at the pool, and I'm like, what for? Like, all I'm gonna do is stand at the sprinklers. I'm not gonna actually get in the water, because I'm gonna go,
Yeah,
because when I go back to my place in Hawaii, I'm just gonna get in the water there. I can walk
yeah,
to the beach from here, and so it's a little bit difficult. And somebody actually called me a water snob 2 weeks ago when I was in Vegas. They were like, oh, you're a water snob. I'm like, yeah, I kind of am. I don't want to
yeah,
get in a pool at a casino with all the gray body matter and suntan lotion,
hmm
everything hanging out. Man, I'd rather just wait till I get home. And then California is freezing. The water over there
hmm
is so cold. I can't even imagine getting. I don't know how when I lived in LA how I got in the water to begin with. So, but I thought someone like you're like, I just got to grind it out. I got to get my laps in. I might as well just do it in open water. But it's good you have a pool close by to do it inside.
yeah. That sounds nice.
So how's your weight? Because now weight is a big issue. California this last week with UFC 199, they started the hydration testing and doing the weigh-in earlier from 10 o'clock until 2 p.m. was the actual official weigh-in, and then the weigh-in for the media and fans at 4 p.m. was just for show. It was really just to give the guys more time to wait, so to weigh in and rehydrate. But what's your weight like for this fight right now?
I've actually never had a problem with my weight. I never had to use IVs or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good. I walk at 140. I don't cut down to 25. So it's really not an issue at this point for me. And I guess one thing too that a couple of the Bellator guys was telling me was that well, they had asked me, what are you walking at? Told them 140. They're like, okay, that's good. I was like, why? They're like, well, because Lena, Rebecca Ruth's first opponent, or last opponent rather, she was coming up to 25. So she was trying to make
Oh,
it 5. She was eating. So they're like, okay, that's good because, Rebecca kind of just overpowered her in the
yeah,
fight a lot of times. It was just,
yeah.
flipping her around. So they're like, if you seem like you have pretty good weight on you and pretty good size. So um yeah, I'm not too concerned about the whole weight thing.
And for everyone at home, June 24th is when Bellator 157 is happening. It's at the Scott Strait Center in St. Louis, Missouri. And Missouri hasn't changed the rules yet. So it's Nevada and California changed the rules. Obviously, Nevada with UFC 200 will be the first time that they implement it. But very soon, it's going to be every commission throughout the entire country. So it's good to know that you're walking about, you say about 15 pounds over. Is that you said you're walking around
Yeah,
there? Which
yeah.
is good, really, because you might have, depending on how they do it right now, they're talking about a percentage of the weight class you're allowed to be over when you show up, during fight week. It's like 8% over is what you could be or something is the rumor I'm hearing. And for like at 170, that means you can walk around at 184. Obviously, 125, the percentage is a lot lower. I'm not sure what that percentage is, but it's a lot lower. But you're still within striking range regardless. It doesn't make that much of a difference. Fight week, though, when you walk in and it's like, okay, I'm here now. I'm at the hotel. I really got to start cutting my weight off. Are you still at 140, or have you dropped a couple pounds already because you're showing up?
No, yeah, I've definitely lost a couple pounds. So what, it's funny 'cause- sorry, do you hear that echo?
Nope, don't have it.
Okay. Well, basically, my 2 fights ago was the first time cutting the 25. So we actually don't really have a system down because I
Okay.
cut twice. So I actually can't remember where I was at when I got to Fresno, but I think it was like 35 around. So and I like to be within 5 pounds the day before weigh-ins.
Okay.
So yeah, I only cut at 5 water weight.
That's good. Good, smart way of doing it, and kind of traditional. If you don't mind me asking, how do you cut that last little bit of weight off? Because everyone's got a different system. Are you someone who goes in the sauna? Are you somebody that likes to go into you do Epsom salt bath? Are you jacuzzi? Like, how do you cut that last 5 pounds off?
I like to do.
Okay.
The sauna is a little taxing. It like cooks my brain a little bit. So yeah, I like the Epsom salt.
All right. There you have it. Thanks so much for coming on here. I appreciate it. Thanks for. I know you just got done working out too, and then had to jump in the shower real quick. So I appreciate you getting in and getting it all done. Enjoy your break between training partners today, and then have fun at this fight. It's another day where it's going to be exciting, and it's going to be interesting because I do see the records. You're looking at 3-0 versus 6-1, but really the level of competition is not that much different. It's not like you're jumping up, someone so far above your level of competition. There's a lot of competition we haven't seen in you yet. So there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be surprised by when we watch you fight on the 24th that we're like, oh, I didn't even know she had that because we've only seen 3 fights,
Yeah.
So it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. Thank you so much. It was awesome talking to you. As always.
You got it. We'll talk again soon. Yeah, hopefully so. Let me know if you come when you come back on island.
Yeah, I always come back after my fight, so sometime in July I'll be back.
Okay, I'll be here because 5-0 ramps back up again filming, so I'll be in town because we got a ton of filming to do.
Okay.
All right, talk to you soon.
Thanks, Frank.
You got it. Bye.